So I just want to share some of the remedies that just tested up for a client that I was working on, because this is a regular client and that I see on a regular basis, and it just went to a very special place today. So I thought I'd just talk a bit about what that means. So firstly, my client was connecting to the stresses in her life, and she was quite had a lot of chatter going on in her head, so we closed everything off with an eye pillow to just bring her back into her center, and sort of shuts out any distraction and brings you back into your body, so you're able to connect on a much deeper level. Once she'd done that, we established a goal that she wants to work on, feeling, basically observing the crappy stuff that's going on that she didn't want to be experiencing, and then we need something to focus on to balance her too. So we did that, and then we identified that the stress was being held in her aura, in a specific aura layer. So the aura that is from our body, we all have one. It's our energy field that surrounds our entire body, and everything has an aura, as a matter of fact. And the layer was the etheric template, which is about expressing your true self in a spiritual sense. It's like your true identity and expressing it in that way. So then we muscle tested to find out what color her aura is currently looking like. So I can't see auras, but we can muscle test to find out what colors are actually at play right now. So it was this beautiful color, which is, well, many colors, pastels. So client connects to those, and then what does that mean to them? And in this sense, she saw that as very shiny and bright, and she didn't feel that was at all what's going on for her right now. So that's a good thing. That means good. Well, that's what your aura is actually looking like. That's what you're not connecting to, and so we're being called to connect to ourselves in a higher way. So sometimes we get caught up in the self-talk or the stories, and so this takes us out of that. Some of the remedies, there was a whole bunch of things that we did, but basically through the aura we worked with the sound healing bowl, which is gets really quite loud when it gets going, so we worked with that throughout the aura. We also had one of these little guys going over the navel, which is moxibustion. It's a plant herb, and it clears stagnant energy. So there was stagnant energy being held in the solar plexus region. So we brought some warmth. It gets quite warm when you put one of these on, so you stick it on, light it up, and brings healing properties of the herb into the body. And then we had an oracle card test up, and so we were connecting to a totem animal, a spirit animal, which she didn't really have a connection with, but we discovered that elephant is actually had a message for her today. Elephants are always about family and loyalty, and so there was a lot of beautiful information that we uncovered there, and it made sense in terms of what she's wanting to feel and bring into her life. We had balance and flow oil. Basically, what came to our understanding is that there was a situation that was blocking her balance and flow, and so we brought that into the lung as well as the large intestine meridian to help to breathe and let go, to balance out the metal element there. That was really cool. She also had some Naoli oil that she needed to smell and connect to. That's always about, when we're using essential oils, we're wanting to connect to opportunities that we're perhaps not able to draw together. So the smell, the sense of smell and the sense of taste coming together, and also just smelling something reminds you of something. It takes you to a memory, and we want to clear that memory that's being held in the subconscious. And then she also had a flower essence to take as homework, and that means that's going to help continue to support her in her balance beyond the session here with me today. The other thing that I wanted to share that she also had was something called body polarity, which gets out, can be thrown out. It's our energy. It's an energy center that we have. It's connected to our kidney meridian. We use the kidney 27 points to balance it, but it happens sometimes when we're around mobile phones too much and any sort of EMF activity. But the really cool thing is, on a deeper level, it's associated, when it gets out of balance, it is brain energy as well. It's a deeper switching point, but it usually shows up if someone is being drained by something or someone. And the flow and balance is blocked in life, and that's exactly what we had identified earlier. So we just integrated everything together with a physical balance, so that was acupressure points to bring the energy back to her amazing self and body, and it was amazing. The best thing was that towards the end I crystal grid her head, so she was right in her thoughts. I did a little crystal grid just around the head, around her head, and used a pendulum to over her head as well, to try and clear the thoughts and bring everything back into energy flow. And then in that process, she fell asleep. And I don't normally have people fall asleep on the table because it's a very active process in kinesiology, but she was so exhausted, and I just let her sleep and have a little moment, and it was beautiful. And I feel like, that she trusted me enough to allow herself to let go like that. It was a really big moment. And I should point out too that this person was a very, very young person, like a young person, so that makes it even more special to me. That's just how a session can look.